So, firstly, let's start off by Israel's strategic objectives behind saying, quote, or preparing for an extended period of stay there in the west parts of the occupied West Bank. How might this impact the regional stability, and what does this mean for the people who've been forcibly displaced?
Thank you for having me. This is proof what we have warned from the very beginning of the genocidal war, that Israel's aim is not to fight Hamas or to fight or to defend itself. Its aim is to ethnically cleanse the Palestinian people and to expand its colonization. And it's an opportunity for Israel with this green light by the United States and some Western powers to fulfill their colonial dream, which is named the Greater Israel. And what's happening in the West Bank is the greatest example. The escalation in the West Bank is going to retaliate back to the entire region. What we have witnessed until now is tanks entering cities to fight civilians, to fight unarmed people. This is catastrophic. This is a great violation to international law, great violation to human rights, and a great violation to any possible peace prospects.
Well, this kind of brings, I mean, you talked a bit about the tanks situation and how they're there to intimidate the Palestinians living in the West Bank. How does the deployment of these tanks around Jenin, and this is the first time since 2002, what does this mean? How does it signal a shift in the Israeli military approach when it comes to the northern West Bank? What does it mean for the future of the people living there?
It's a major threat. It's a major threat to our future, to our civil life, to our peace. Israel is entering tank for what? I don't see any threat that requires such amount of power. This is clearly an indication that Israel is aiming and pushing forward a colonial plan. This is the first time, as you say, to see tanks in the northern of Palestine since 2002. 2002, we had the second Intifada, the popular Palestinian uprising. Now we have people calling for peace, for two-state solution. We are, the President Mahmoud Abbas has been very clear. We want the two-state solution. We are with a peaceful popular resistance, and our people are calling for independence and peaceful talks and negotiations. Israel meeting that peaceful talk with more aggression. We have the pressure from the Arab world, from the international community, from everyone. Israel does not care. Now this indicates that to everyone, Israel is the real obstacle for any peace. Israel is the real obstacle for any progress in a peaceful and reasonable future, because Israel wants more escalation. That will lead us to an endless cycle of violence, and that is not to interest of anyone. Israel think that the way they will drive the Palestinian people like in 1948, that's a dream that they will keep dreaming until eternity. It will never happen. We will remain in our lands. We are staying here. We have all the support of the world. And we have 6 million Palestinians inside Palestine, and there's 7 million more of us outside Palestine, and billions of people supporting our cause. So good luck in eliminating everyone.
Well, sir, you talked about the future and the idea that Israel is attempting to expand its operations in general. Could Israel's military expansion and presence in the West Bank lead to a more prolonged conflict? And how might this impact the future negotiation efforts when it comes to the ceasefire?
There can't be any negotiation or peace talks when the tanks are in the doorstep of our houses. The first step for any peace talk is to retreat, to bring the atmosphere for negotiations, to stop the escalation, to stop the settler terrorism, and to stop all kind of settler colonialism, expansionism. Of course, the ceasefire in Gaza must be respected, must be fulfilled, and must be continued. Then we can go to peaceful negotiation. Unfortunately, the U.S. administration still did not put, effective pressure against Israel. United States hold the strings behind Netanyahu government. I think Netanyahu is doing all of that because he's scared to go to the courts for his corruption cases. He has hundreds of corruption cases, a corrupted war criminal. He wants to prolong war for his very personal interest, nothing more. 70% of the Israeli population want the continuation of the ceasefires for prisoner swap, full prisoner swap, and the entire world is against the escalation. Where that will lead us is just more escalation and more wars. And the Arab world right now has prepared plans to bring it to the United States with cooperation with the Palestinian president and government, where we will discuss seriously with the Western world and mainly with the United States, and we have the support of European Union to put a limit to that infinite escalation by Israel.
Okay, thank you so much for your insights from Ramallah. That was the Fatah spokesperson, Ahmed Fatouh. Thank you so much for joining us here on Q News.